Hey everyone! Welcome to English Brew Podcast. I'm Selena, as always joined by the ever-curious Mason. Today we're talking about how computers and the internet totally changed our lives. Honestly, in ways that, my 10-year-old self would barely believe. Mason, do you remember the first computer you ever touched?
Oh, do I ever? I was probably 7. My dad walked in with this huge, clunky desktop, one of those beige boxes, right? It had these floppy disks you'd slide in with a satisfying click, and honestly, I had no clue what I was doing. I once pushed the actual power button instead of on the keyboard and crashed the whole thing. Poor Dad. He looked like he'd lost a footy match by 100 points.
Classic. Kids today wouldn't even know what to do with a floppy disk, let alone how to deal when the old machines would freeze up. Back in the day, these computers were so big they took up entire rooms, mostly for universities and big companies. Nothing like the laptops or smartphones we've got now.
Exactly. And I'm glad you brought up how they were for big places. These things were expensive. Only the big shots could afford them. Then you had some legends come along. Steve Jobs over at Apple, Bill Gates at Microsoft. They didn't just invent something. They made computers so normal folks could use them at home.
Yeah, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Those guys basically made computers a household thing. Suddenly, families were buying PCs, typing school reports, playing games. Oh, actually, did you ever play solitaire on Windows 95?
Mate, I still love a bit of solitaire, I'm not ashamed to say. But yeah, the real turning point was when it all became less about, big science problems and more about day-to-day stuff. Homework, the occasional computer game, learning how to type so you could keep up at school. Not bad for something that used to be top of the line, if it could do basic math, right?
Top of the line, right, Mason? Today, that just means the fanciest smartphone. But back then, it was just a desktop that worked. Most of the time. Okay, let's keep walking through time. Brace yourself for some internet nostalgia. So, fast forward to the 90s, and suddenly everyone's talking about the internet. It went from a weird science project to something you basically couldn't live without. And Mason, do you remember dial-up?
Oh, absolutely. Like a robot was fighting a fax machine, those sounds. And here's the best bit. You couldn't use the phone and the internet at the same time. My mom would yell out, "Mason, get off the internet. I need to call Grandma." Simpler times, hey?
I laugh now, but yeah, it was either homework or a phone call, never both. And we talked about all these tech words. Back then, broadband felt like rocket science. Now it's just fast internet. Broadband's a wide, high-speed connection, not those old dial-up deals that, honestly, lagged all the time. Remember lag?
That's right. Lag just means things slow down, or you get that annoying delay. I try to play an online game, and next thing, my guy's stuck. Everyone else is running around me. Still happens, actually. A slow NBN can make a grown man weep.
And then you start asking the big questions. Is it the router? Is my firewall in the way? I remember getting our first wireless router and thinking, wait, so I can walk around the house with my laptop? Changed my life. A router just spreads the Wi-Fi in your house, and those firewalls, basically, they keep the bad stuff out, so your computer doesn't get attacked by viruses.
Exactly. And firewall. That word gets thrown around a lot. Back then, I probably thought it was an actual wall of fire. Nope. Just there to keep unwanted visitors, or malicious intruders, as the pros say, off your computer. Should we mention some sales stuff from those internet plans, like when they throw in a pen drive or waive the installation fee?
Oh, totally. Throw in is a great phrase. It means they're just giving it to you for free. I love a freebie. We'll throw in a wireless router and a firewall absolutely free. But it's those little phrases like, I have no idea. When someone starts talking megabytes or gigahertz, I still hear that in stores. Technology moves so quick, it feels ever-changing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and suddenly we've gone from waiting weeks for a letter to video calling someone on the other side of the world. Just like that. Who writes real letters anyway? My handwriting is nearly obsolete. And then smartphones arrived. iPhone in 2007, right? Now we've got the whole world in our pockets. Apps, text, calls, games, language tools. Kind of mind-blowing.
Totally. With apps, you can learn a language, track your health, connect with friends anywhere, anytime. The world got smaller, but our possibilities got bigger. And speaking of learning, let's dig into how all this tech actually makes learning English, or anything else, easier today. So today, if you're learning English, you've got a seriously awesome toolkit, right? Podcasts like ours, apps like Duolingo, language exchange programs where you chat with folks from other countries. You really can practice every day, no matter where you are.
Aussie honesty here. I still get tangled up with some tech lingo. Like, I'm the guy in the electronics shop looking for a new computer saying, "Is this the one with more giga thingies?" The sales rep just smiles. We all feel lost sometimes, especially when you hear words like top of the line, or you're told the computer has 16 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte hard drive. Sounds impressive, but I have no idea half the time.
I have no idea is such a classic. But that's kind of the beauty of learning. Nobody starts off knowing these phrases. Even in English sales calls or tech support, you'll hear things like throw in, top of the line, or I just need the basics. It can all sound super fancy, but once you use it a couple of times, it feels like second nature.
Yeah, and there's also those idioms, like that computer is obsolete, just means it's out of date. Or my phone froze, meaning it just stopped working. Everyday stuff, but all part of tech talk, especially when you're shopping or troubleshooting.
Exactly. The more you use this language, the less intimidating it gets. And hey, if you ever feel lost by all the vocab, just remember, even people who grew up with computers say, "I have no idea," or call a gigabyte a giga-thingy. It's always about just giving it a try. Plus, with technology, you can listen back to podcasts, rewatch videos, and use all these cool tools as often as you want. Makes learning English, or honestly, pretty much anything, a lot more doable and a lot more fun.
Right on. And next time you're talking to someone about computers or the internet, try out a new word, even if you trip over it. That's half the fun. Plus, new tech and new words are coming out all the time, so it's really ever-changing. You can't get it perfect. I still say modem when I mean router, and nobody's stopped me yet.
Well, Mason, I might have to correct you for that one, but I promise I'll be nice. That wraps up our episode for today. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep testing out those new words, keep learning, and don't let a little tech freeze or lag stop you. Mason, always great chatting. See you next time.
Always, Selena. Take care, everyone. Give the new tech a go, and don't worry if you trip over a giga thingy or two. Catch you next episode.